Hello everyone, Zelleranth here, and today I seen that they have the banner shown for who will be coming out alongside Dush when it comes to the standard units. And for this one, it looks like it is going to be Krolik and Latara that'll be rated up alongside her. Now, we've already had Krolik multiple times. I think most people that have pulled on the other banners are probably close to already maxing her out at this point. But if you have not, it is going to be the opportunity to get that. And then you have Latara. I don't think she's been on one yet. But neither of these units are big ones that you're going to really want to target with this. And as we already know, when I pulled on Macchiatos, they don't have a 50-50 system with the standard units on these banners. So you are not guaranteed to get them after you lose. You could just not get them the entire time you're pulling on the banner. What you saw when I was trying to target Sharkfree originally on the Macchiato banner. Now, the other thing we see here is the weapon. Now, I've already went over the kit and the weapon and that kind of, but I would suspect with that banner, it doesn't show the banner specifically here, but I would suspect they're going to do like they've done with the other units, which is you have her purple equivalent or like her named weapon that will be her specific one. That'll come alongside it. Now, I would not want to target that one unless you're specifically wanting to go over her elite weapon. Simply being that if you have Mosin Nagant's weapon, which is I think it's Samosek, that one's going to be better than the purple weapon. Or if you're a light spender and you're buying the battle pass, you can always get the battle pass sniper as well, because you're going to get more value out of those weapons for her than the purple, simply because of the extra stat boost it gives. Now, she isn't a damage dealer, so it's not going to matter as much at all in general. You just need the weapon to get the basic stats. She's more there for the support side of thing on ice. So regardless, it's not that big a deal at that point here. Now, the other thing we have is, they announced up here, is they do have the Sabrina skin be coming out. We have, now, one thing that's kind of unique with this is probably this is like them getting into the more fan servicey of the skins on the bathing suit ones. I mean, we've already had Suomis, which is kind of like that way. But then you also had Tololos, but Tololo's a little bit more covered up, and this is kind of getting to that, the more revealing ones of the fan service. And I think a lot of people like this one. It was used in a lot of ads, so I know a lot of people will end up pulling for this one. But one thing with seeing this tells me is what is going to be the other banner, because as we already know a CN, they have what they did in the beginning is they did some of the standard elite units alongside the ones, and we've already seen it where they did Tololo and then they did Mosin Nagant. Now, we had originally suspected that it was going to be Cinerisi next, and with Cinerisi, they would have done the standard elite unit QJ as the banner unit that you can do your targeted pulls on. But the big thing with Sabrina is, even though they have her skin showing here that it's coming out, I highly doubt they're going to actually have a banner for her on this one. And the main reason being that you can already max her out at V6 just from doing the boss battles over the course of a year. And so everybody already has a copy of her if they've been playing since day one and done the boss battles, because you've already had enough time to get all of her the tokens to actually get one copy of her. So I highly doubt they're going to have a banner for her. So I'm wondering what we'll see coming, if there is going to be someone, which I suspect there will, alongside Dush. Is it going to be QJ, or are they going to start doing reruns? Because on the CN side, they did do reruns, and it was every 3 units back. So if they were going to do a rerun on this banner, I would suspect that they would do a Suomi/Ulrid rerun. We'll kind of have to see. I don't know. But that would be what I would suspect if they're actually going to do one. Which then kind of makes me think the reason they're having Sabrina skin coming out with this one is simply because I don't think there is a skin for Dush. And so it's just a great opportunity for them to throw this skin out there as another way to generate some sales for themselves. And so we'll kind of have to see. I'll make an announcement when I see something new coming out with that. Now, they have not released like the big chart that shows all the events and stuff coming out. So that, I think they do that like a couple days before the actual release. So I will be doing a video on that when that comes out. And I want to make an updated priority poll list now, because my original one was kind of focusing on the units Kluke, which I still suspect is the order they're going to do them in. While it may be scrambled, I still suspect that they will do all the units that came out before Kluke first. So you're going to have Cinerisi, Lena, and Jianzhu in whatever order, but I think those are going to be the next 3 after Dush. And then we will go into... actually, I think there was one more that came out. I can't remember the order. But I think they'll do all those units in whatever order, and then do Kluke, and then they'll scramble the order of the units that came in between Kluke and Springfield. As it just makes sense for them to do it that way, but we'll kind of see. I mean, right now, they could do anybody. They could throw Vector out next for all we know. We'll just kind of have to see how that works. But yeah, with that, when it comes to looking at the upcoming units, like I said, I haven't really looked at, when it comes to my priority list, anybody that comes out after Kluke, except kind of doing some brief mentions of them. So I may start discussing them on my next priority list on who you want to pull, just because it seems so random on what they could do. So there's units you're going to want to think about because they can go in any order at this point. For all we know, and there's a unit like Faye. Faye's one that I want to discuss because they may decide she's a unit that gets added to the standard banner. And so they could add her a lot earlier, and she may be somebody that you may want to target specifically when we get that raid up standard banner. So who knows? So I'm going to try and go a little bit deeper into the units on priority polling, just because we have no clue who's coming up next, even though I suspect it's going to be all of the units that came out pre-Kluke before Kluke comes out. But we'll just kind of have to see on that. But yeah, overall looking good. I'm going to be pulling for Dush. I kind of discussed her kit in my last video. I think a lot of people, it's going to be an easier skip for them. The SR units don't make it any better. But the biggest thing is, and this is things I've seen on Discord as well, I haven't crunched the numbers, but some people are saying the non-ice supports actually provide more of her macchiato than Dush, at least until we get her common key. So that is going to be the key for her, or what's going to make her actually more valuable on the ice team, is eventually when we get this expansion key, which at least increases the amount of damage she does, as well as more damage she can provide to your ice units within your team. But I've already said for this game, I am going to get at least one copy, or target getting one copy of every single unit, which includes Allred. I didn't pull Allred in the beginning simply because it was 2 units together, but I will be looking to get her on rerun at some point, and I will just keep pulling them as they come out. And so I will be getting Dush for my ice team, and we'll kind of, I'll actually be able to test her out and then kind of say how well I think she performs. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.